Throughout the many scriptures of the Advent and Christmas seasons, we have heard again the stories of Joseph and Mary, of Zechariah and Elizabeth, of shepherds watching their flocks by night. And of course, we have heard again the stories of angelic visitations of God giving his word to these people through angels. And perhaps more important, the stories of people listening to what God has told them. This is an important lesson for our newly installed elders and deacons. It is an important lesson for our existing consistory and for all the congregation. As we begin this new year, let us listen for God, seek God's signs, and follow God's call. Our gospel lesson this morning is the last story of the Christmas season. Hear now from Matthew 2, verses 1 through 12. After Jesus was born in Bethlehem in Judea, during the time of King Herod, Magi from the east came to Jerusalem and asked, "Where is the one who has been born King of the Jews? We saw his star when it rose and have come to worship him." When King Herod heard of this, he was disturbed, and all Jerusalem with him. When he had called together all the people's chief priests and teachers of the law, he asked them where the Messiah was to be born. "In Bethlehem, in Judea," they replied, "for this is what the prophet has written. But you, Bethlehem, in the land of Judah, are by no means least among the rulers of Judah, for out of you will come a ruler who will shepherd my people Israel." Then Herod called the Magi secretly and found out from them the exact time the star had appeared. He sent them to Bethlehem and said, "Go and search carefully for the child. As soon as you find him, report to me, so that I too may go and worship him." After they had heard the king, they went on their way, and the star they had seen when it rose went ahead of them until it stopped over the place where the child was. When they saw the star, they were overjoyed. When coming to the house, they saw the child with his mother Mary, and they bowed down and worshipped him. Then they opened their treasures and presented him with gifts of gold, frankincense, and myrrh. And having been warned in a dream not to go back to Herod, they returned to their country by another route. This is the word of the Lord. Thanks be to God. The three kings, the wise men, the Magi, bring an end to the Christmas season, and yet they give us one more example of following God. Now these Magi, they are not Hebrews. They are not followers of the Jewish faith and traditions. We don't know if they're believers in God or any God. Scholars believe that they are Zoroastrians, followers of a different religion and faith tradition with a different set of gods. And they study the stars for signs and portents. And this day it was believed that a new star rising in the sky was the sign that somebody very important and powerful had been born. And there's been a lot of study of the skies over the last few years that have shown a couple different instances of something appearing to be a new star right about this time period. So it's pretty fascinating when you think about it. They see the star rising in the east. They consult their charts, and they set out on a journey. There was another belief at this time in history that there would be a change in world leadership that would emerge from Judah. And of course, the Hebrew scriptures call for a Messiah king. So the wise men go and follow the star. They head to Jerusalem first, and they consult with King Herod. And King Herod consults with the scribes, the teachers of the law, asking them where this Messiah is to be born. And they give the Sunday school answer. They respond, "But you, Bethlehem, in the land of Judah, are by no means least among the rulers of Judah. For out of you will come a ruler who will shepherd my people, Israel." And here is a huge difference between these magi and the teachers of the law. The magi are searching for signs, and they see this abnormality in the sky. They recognize that it means something. So they go and follow it. They try to find out what this is. They hear the prophecy, and they continue on to Bethlehem to find the newborn king. The Magi follow God's leading. Now those who teach the law, the scribes, those who know the word, cannot be bothered to seek the word. They did not say, "Oh, there's a possibility that our Messiah has been born. Let us go also to Bethlehem." They give a response. That's the end of their story. Well, the wise men arrive in Bethlehem and to the place where Jesus was. They find themselves overjoyed in his presence. Another good reminder for us. Are you overjoyed to be here in the presence of God with us? This morning, were you overjoyed to come to the house of the Lord so that you can celebrate, so that we can take the body and blood of Christ, so that we sing together and pray together? Are you overjoyed this morning? We should be. We should be overjoyed to be here where we are charged to go out and spread the light. And these magi open their cases, and they offer 3 gifts: gold, frankincense, and myrrh. Gold was a gift for a king, which tells us who Jesus is, the newborn king of the Jews. Frankincense is used by the priests who offer sacrifices on behalf of the people to bring them forgiveness from God. Jesus is the ultimate priest, the one who reconciles us to God. And myrrh. Myrrh was used to anoint the dead, reminding us the cost of Christ's mission. The wise men joyfully give their gifts. They offer homage to the baby Jesus, and again, listening to God, they return home in a different way, instead of reporting to Herod. And this is where the wise men's story ends, biblically speaking. There are legends and there are stories, but we do not have any more scriptural knowledge of the Magi. And yet their story should have a huge impact on us. As we begin this new year, are you ready to make a new commitment to follow God's leading? Will you look for the signs all around you and listen for God's voice? I've heard from a number of you who attended the book club recently. which are about listening for God. And some of you have said to me, after going through that book, reading the book, and studying it with others in the church, I'm now seeing where God's signs were all along. They're right in front of us. But we need to be willing to look at them and follow them. Will you, like those wise men, take the signs as an opportunity to set out and find where God is leading you in this new year? Seek the star, follow God, joyfully offer the gift of yourself and your worship, travel away from